wine and whiskey, but elsewhere, US Commerce Chief Wilbur Ross, he's in Delhi, saying India is the most protectionist nation in the world. And today, India's central bank, they did it again. They cut interest rates to the lowest levels in nearly a decade just to try and revive that rather sagging economy. Let's get more. Let's go straight over to our correspondent who's in Mumbai. Jagdip Cheema joins us. Jagdip, always good to see you, my friend. Hey, listen, let's talk about the slowdown in India first, and then we'll talk about Wilbur Ross. But the slowdown, is this off the back of the bigger picture, the global economic slowdown, or is this more India's domestic issues?
It's certainly a domestic problem, and the biggest one of all is that India's commercial banks are just not passing on these rate cuts to consumers. Another huge problem is India's auto industry, which employs around about 35 million people in the country, and it makes up around about 7% of the overall economy. And one of the big problems for them was in August when it announced a huge 41% drop in sales. It's also the festive season here, which sees many companies offering huge discounts. But this year it's slightly different because they know that consumers are not spending. So those huge discounts which they normally offer are not on the table this year.
OK, so Wilbur Ross, he's in Delhi because he got the World Economic Forum yesterday and today taking place. He made those comments. India's the most protectionist nation in the world. So I'm wondering this. Look, both India and the US, they want a trade deal. But I'm wondering if there's any appetite in Delhi to, I don't know, perhaps remove some of these protectionist measures to please Washington.
Well, there is, because India's economy in the second quarter, that's between April and June, announced its slowest growth in 6 years. But the US is annoyed because India's import taxes are a massive 17%. And you compare that to the US and other major European economies, which ranges between 3 to 5%, you can see why they would be so annoyed. But India's central bank also lowered its growth forecast for 2019 earlier on today to 6.1%. I spoke to the central bank's governor, Shikshanthy Das, and asked him whether this dispute with the US was having any impact.
Both the Commerce Secretary and the Indian, the Commerce Minister have made statements that they're looking for early resolution. So I'm not privy to the discussions that are ongoing. And so far as India-US trade issues are concerned, I am quite confident that they will get resolved pretty fast.
To be honest, Aaron, we've been here before. Even just 2 weeks ago, we had President Trump meet Narendra Modi to try and find a successful conclusion to these talks. They failed. And over the past few months, we've been at this exact stage, and yet no deal has been signed. So many here are not holding their breath.
OK, well, we won't either. Jags, good to see you. Thanks. You have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Jagdip Cheema joining us there. Cheema, I should say, joining us from Mumbai. Let me just leave